Welcome back to Swoon Worthy. This week we're doing something a little different. We're not covering a specific period drama. Instead, we're covering the 98th Academy Awards. We plan to have a candid chat about the red carpet and the ceremony, from the speeches and surprises to the snubs and big wins, and of course, Conan. I'm joined by Stephanie and Sunnie, who co-hosted with me earlier this Swoon Worthy podcast season on a couple of films that we can now officially call Oscar-winning films, Frankenstein and Hamnet. So we'll have to talk about that. But first, a bit about our Oscar viewing history. Stephanie, you and I have been friends for a long time now. Our movie loving goes way back to high school days and college. I feel like we've probably been texting during the red carpet and ceremony for years and years at this point. Would you agree?
Yes, yeah, it's like our favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
It has been for many years. And Carly used to host Oscar parties back when we lived in the
Yeah.
same town. We were probably like in our early 20s. And Carly would force people to dress up to these parties. I couldn't wear my PJs like I wanted to. We
Sorry.
had It's okay. I understand. It was an event. And yeah, you would have like Oscar trivia and stuff, and I would always win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No, I
Yeah.
would I had a little red carpet that I got from Party City. We'd roll it out. I had like some posters that looked kind of movie, theater related, and I made people dress up. It was I wish college, the college days were fun. Like when you're in your college town with your friends. Like nowadays we're all spread out. Otherwise, Sunny and Steph, I would invite you to an Oscars party today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm very jealous I wasn't friends with you guys back then because I would totally have come and I love any excuse to dress up. So that sounds like a lot of fun.
And I wanted to ask you, Sunny, have you always been an Oscars person? Do you watch it every year? Is this something you've gotten into more recently?
Ooh, good question. I always read the winners list in its entirety every year since I like really got into watching movies, which was probably in high school. I couldn't really figure out how to like watch it live, to be completely honest, when I was younger. We didn't grow up with cable TV, so we didn't watch the Oscars live, but I'd hear the best bits from my friends and stuff. I always loved like going onto Vogue.com and seeing all the red carpet looks. That was like my favorite part of the night for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so then you're gonna really love the first part of our discussion today. But yeah, yeah, I was wondering if, because I know you went to NYU and studied film. Like, were there any Oscar parties back then?
Oh my gosh, I'm sure there were. I don't know, it's so funny in film school people like act like they're above things like that.
Oh,
Like the
okay.
Oscars like aren't taken very seriously, which is, very funny and it's a very like young film kid thing to do. Of course, all the like the craftsmanship awards and stuff, like the cinematography awards. Autumn Arkapaw won the cinematography Oscar last night, the first female cinematographer to ever win. So that honestly, that was like such a cool thing to see as somebody whose concentration in film school was cinematography. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That was an awesome moment that sort of called me back to my film school days.
Aw. It was just such a cool moment for her and for women.
I love that cinematography was your focus. That's so cool. I think that's like one of my absolute favorite things about movies in general is just like the visuals and the pictures that they create. It's just the coolest thing ever. And I would love to learn more about it. Like I can only imagine sitting in on those classes. So that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I feel like you guys would have loved it. I just thought of this one camera test we did. It must have been in my junior year. We were shooting on film on 35 millimeter, and my test that I wanted to do was like a lightning effect. And my sister was also attending NYU at the same time. She was like my subject for the camera test, and we wanted to make it like horror themed. So we found like this like vintage nightgown from like a thrift store, and like we had her hair like all wet and like down in front of her face, and we did like the lightning effect behind her, and it was so much fun. And I was actually like cleaning out an old room in our house, and I found the original film stock, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to scan this.
That's so
So
Yeah.
cool.
cool. Well, thank you for sharing that story. Yeah, I'm curious what film school would be like. My sister, Kayla, she did a lot of podcast episodes with us on Swoon Worthy. She initially wanted to be like a director and go to film school and uh yeah, she experimented too with the family being the
Oh,
subject matter.
well, Kayla, it's not too late.
You know?
Yeah.
Never too late. All right, well, that is so cool. I wanted to talk a little bit about our Oscar viewing history, but now we can really start at the beginning of the show, or really before the show even started, the Oscars red carpet. And I have a feeling we may end up talking about the Vanity Fair after party fashion as well. So let's do that. Sunny, did you have a favorite or a few favorites from the Oscars red carpet last night?
Ooh, okay. So I have to give the Best Dressed award to Chase Infinity. She starred in One Battle After Another, which of course won Best Picture and Best Director, among others. I just loved her lilac ball gown, I guess you would call it. It was just like honestly my childhood fantasy dress. Like that shade of purple, that shade of like lilac-y, lavender, the ruffles. I just
Yes.
thought she looked perfect. Also, her hair was in these like long braids and she had like lilac makeup to match. And I don't know, I just thought it was like absolute perfection. And then she wore just like the coolest like sexiest, slinkiest spaghetti strap number for the Vanity Fair after party, which I just thought was like, oh my gosh, those are two dresses I would totally wear.
I think both were Louis Vuitton, and I like how they sometimes wear the same fashion designer for the first dress and then the second dress. But as you said, like childhood dream, because purple's always been a favorite color of mine too. That really was beautiful, outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to call it Louis Vuitton. You're right. They were both Louis Vuitton. I thought Louis Vuitton did some incredible looks last night. They
Mhm.
also did Emma Stone's Oscar's dress, like the empire waist with the cap sleeves. I thought that looked so beautiful on her. A little Bridgerton, if you will.
I
Ooh.
thought so too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Too
I just
funny.
thought she looked stunning.
Very cool. Oh, and one other thing about Chase Infinity's Oscar dress, Pantone. I don't know if you ever look at they do like the color swatches of the looks. They called it lavender fog.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie, what about you?
Oh, well, I agree. Chase Infinity, she's had some really amazing looks throughout the whole award season. And another person who has absolutely just like slayed every red carpet is Wunmi Mosaku. She, first of all, I think she's just one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. She's so stunning, and she was wonderful in Sinners.
Yes.
But last night on the red carpet, she was wearing a like an emerald green Louis Vuitton gown that just like fit her body so beautifully. Also, she's expecting, so
Yeah.
she's had to like dress through award season for for that pregnancy. So that's also probably stressful, and she probably
Yeah.
wants to be comfortable. And but she has like given us look after look, and she wears really bold colors that look so beautiful on her. Her Vanity Fair look, it was also a lilac color,
Yeah.
right? This really beautiful, like strapless beaded gown with like a big, what would you call that she was wearing with
Yeah, it
it?
was
Like
like
a
a
cape.
cape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so
Love a
pretty.
cape.
Yes.
But yeah, that was beautiful. I don't know who the designer was of that one. I'm sorry, I didn't look, but
Yeah, it was a Georges Chakra couture gown.
okay.
So I think she picks like really interesting fashion designers too, because that royal blue look at the BAFTAs when she won was a
Yeah.
London designer, sustainable London designer, Priya Aluwalia, if I'm saying it
Yes.
correctly. And so like good on her for choosing like unique designers.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. I was trying to see if she like always wears Louis Vuitton, but no, you're right. She chooses designers, I think, for specific reasons. And that
Mhm.
blue dress from the BAFTAs, that is just one of the most beautiful dresses I've ever seen in my life. Like
Yeah.
it's oh, it was made for her. It was so, so cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's my winner. And then if we talk about other favorites, I've got a few others later.
Cool. Yeah, I know. I guess we are kind of doing like our number ones first. For me, I have to say Roseburn. I mean, I was anticipating it, and then when I saw the dress, I was like, she did not disappoint. Like I was waiting for her look. It was a stark black, like a true black strapless dress. And then it had the beaded white flowers, green and blue leaves, and it just popped against the black. And I'm a floral print girl, so and just plain black in general. You know, I love a black dress. So this was oh, too beautiful. I loved it. And she was wearing custom Dior. Dior is probably my favorite designer too, especially for the Oscars. Her Vanity Fair after party look was a Chanel black fringe number, and there's videos of her just kind of doing the little fringe shake. Also, she wore a really cool retro Chanel look the night before at the pre-Oscars dinner. So just her whole fashion this season, this award season has been my favorite. Have to mention the atonement coated dress from the Golden Globes, if you remember that. It looked like Keira Knightley's atonement dress.
Mm, yeah, I also loved Rose Byrne's gown last night. I think that's probably my second favorite after Chase Infinity's. I feel like black mermaid cut gowns were very on trend last night. Don't you think we saw
Mhm.
Anne Hathaway sporting something very similar? Oh, I think it's Valentino, and she had matching like long opera gloves to match. I noticed Mei Hong from K-pop Demon Hunters also wore a
Oh
black
yeah.
mermaid style dress as well, and she looked stunning. That was like another favorite. I couldn't find the designer in time, but yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of black and some other emerald greens other than Moonmi. I think it was Demi Moore who wore a green dress, an emerald green, and then Bridgerton alumni Charithra Chandran wearing an emerald green dress too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, she looked gorgeous.
yeah, she looked like a princess. Also, Kate Hudson's dress, one of my absolute favorites. It was a lighter green, like a sort of seafoam
Yeah.
green, I guess. But that
Yes.
was absolutely one of my favorite looks. And she also sat next to Grogu, who is the same color. So love that.
I wanted to ask you, Steph, do you think they did that she did that on purpose or they put Grogu next to her on because of her color choice?
I don't know.
It was so
Yeah.
perfect. It was Grogu green.
It's exactly like I have a stuffed Grogu on my couch behind me. He's like a weighted Grogu for anxiety, like for children. Um, and I have some pillows that I bought for my couch, and they're the exact same color of Grogu, and I didn't mean for that to happen. So it happened again last night.
Ooh, that is so funny. Yeah, and Pantone called that dress iceberg green. So sea foam kind of
Ooh,
too, but yeah, iceberg
iceberg.
green.
Love that.
Yeah.
And
Makes me think
also,
of Frankenstein.
oh yes, exactly. That's such a good call out. Yeah, that's that color. We've already talked about this on our Frankenstein episode, but that color, it does something to me. It just like calms me.
Makes you zen.
And yeah, and I just like, I don't know, I'm like addicted to it, but that was a really good one. And
Very
you
good.
mentioned our Bridgerton friend, but Simone Ashley. I mean, what a beautiful
Oh my
gown.
Oh
I
gosh.
my
don't know the
gosh,
designer here,
stunning.
but oh, that silver.
Oh my gosh, I had to look that up. I actually don't know the designer either, but shimmer, yeah, it was like the bedazzled peacock feather
Mhm.
on the around the bust. Like I think that was my favorite of the after party.
Oh yeah, that was the after party. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah, Lady in Silver.
Too fun. But let's keep going. I mean, we have to talk about Jessie Buckley in her pink Chanel chiffon dress with the red satin leather stole and Chanel jewelry, which apparently she was channeling Grace Kelly's look at the 1956 Oscars. How do we feel about our Best Actress winning look?
Yeah, on the red carpet, I have to say I wasn't in love with it. I mean, I thought she looked beautiful as always, but I didn't love, I think, just the colors and everything at first. But once I saw her on the stage accepting her Oscar, it changed my mind. She looked so perfect. I thought it was really, really beautiful. And I did see the comparison picture of Grace Kelly's gown. I think that look, it's so good for like mature women, right? Like it's so elegant. And I don't mean old. Jessie Buckley's younger than me, but it's just like I don't know, it's just such a classy, I guess, cut of a gown to wear. So I really liked it after seeing her on the stage. What about you, Sunny?
No, I feel the same way. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't like an instant stunner for me the way her ice blue dress was. I forget which award show she wore that one to. Was it the SAG Awards?
I think it was maybe
Golden
even the Golden
Globes.
Globes. Yeah.
Oh, Golden Globes. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I feel like I saw that one. I was like, whoa, that's an iconic look. Um, but you're right. I feel like it was an
Hmm.
uh, award receiving worthy dress, and I think that like color blocking and the silhouette, it's so memorable. Like I'm always gonna remember her winning her Oscar in this dress. So. Yeah, I do like it. I also loved I really loved her makeup
Yes.
for this look. I know her makeup artist was Nina Park, who's a very famous Korean American makeup artist, and she has some cool videos on her Instagram of them finding like the perfect shade of red for Jessie's lips. I just
Ooh.
thought that was really cool.
I'm gonna have
Yes.
to look that up because I think, yeah, that for me, her makeup was just dazzling. Oh my gosh. And just as you both said, I think the look grew on me throughout the night. And now that I look back at it, it's like, okay, no, that was very princess-like. It was very, you know, best actress worthy. And I feel like there is a trend with light pinks. I mean, think Anne Hathaway when she won I think that was Best Supporting Actress last year with Mikey Madsen, Gwyneth Paltrow, the light pink Calvin Klein dress. So I've always had a theory like if you want to win an Oscar, either wear light pink or wear just white. You're gonna win. That's my theory.
True. And you're wearing the color sort of that Natalie Portman was wearing when she won.
I
Remember
did
she was
love
pregnant
that.
and she was
Yes.
wearing like deep maroon.
Okay, there was an ad. So first off, I hated the ads. Like they were just like driving me nuts when I was watching the Oscars last night. But then Natalie Portman appeared in a Tiffany and Company ad with Moon River, the Breakfast at Tiffany song playing in the background, and I was just like my eyes were glued to the screen. I love Natalie Portman so much.
Oh,
She's so nice. Anyways.
Yeah.
I also love to see her.
I like her Dior ads too.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, same,
so
same.
dramatic.
Oh
I
my
watch
God.
every single one.
Yes.
She's like, "What would you do for love?" or something like that.
Yeah. She is so beautiful.
She is.
She wasn't there last night, but someone who does grace the red carpet often at the Oscars, Nicole Kidman, and there was a an interviewer on the red carpet and he said, "Just seeing you feels like the Oscars." And I was like, "Yeah, that's actually right."
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't know if you guys saw Audrey Nuna's after party dress. It was insane. She looks
Oh,
like
I
a
did see
gold
this.
Buddha statue. I don't know how else to describe it. So
Yeah.
insane.
And
Yeah.
then
Also Hudson Williams, Connor Story, their like sheer shirt moments were just to die for. They looked so good together.
Yeah, the most beautiful people ever to exist. Like it's insane. Also, like this morning when I woke up, of
Uh-huh.
course I had to check my feed.
Oh yeah.
It was all Hudson and Connor. Like I didn't even see much about the winners. It was just all them. It's
That's
like
so funny.
it's crazy how they've taken over, but they deserve it. They're wonderful. And Hudson, his red carpet look was great too. He
Yeah.
always looks amazing. But
Let's talk
uh
about the men. Let's talk because I
yeah.
know, Steph, you always like to bring attention to the men. We can't forget them. I'm sure you're thinking of Pedro.
Oh, girl. Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing my Pedro shirt. Yeah. I mean, wow. He kind of shocked us last night. He
Ooh.
shaved. But yeah, he always wears like really fun looks, and I really appreciate that about him. I loved his look, the no suit jacket. He had the big flower
Hmm.
on the shirt. It was really cool. I thought Jack O'Connell looked really great.
Hmm.
I just love him. He's been one of my favorite actors for a really long time, so it was great to see him. Michael B. Jordan always looks like pristine, perfect, no
Yeah.
notes. Um, yeah, there weren't a whole lot of men that I was like super, super impressed by, but those were definitely some of them.
Yeah, there were a lot of white jacket looks. I'm not always a fan of the white jacket. I have to say I really liked Jacob Elordi's just like classic black tux. Has my vote, and it's kind of simple, but simple can be effective.
Yeah, I really liked Leonardo DiCaprio's tux for the same reason. It just looked really, really well tailored and just
Mm,
fit him impeccably, and he looked really good last night.
that's so fun. Um, Paul Mescal, he looked very Paul McCartney to me, which I know
Yeah.
he's gonna be playing Paul as a Beatle in the Beatle biopics. But the way he looked, like the way he stood, the outfit, it was screaming Paul McCartney to me for some reason.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I can't unsee now. That's so true.
He can't shake it off.
Yeah. I mean, method dressing is big nowadays, so.
Yeah, true. Also, Donald Gleason, he looked really gorgeous in like a brown
Oh,
tux. He just like he has such cool colors that he dresses in sometimes, and with his red hair, it just like it looked really good. It was like a coppery brown that he was
I'm
in.
gonna have to go look that one up. I missed that one.
Yeah, same. Oh my gosh, I love him.
And
Hmm.
then back to the ladies for a moment, because last year, Steph, you and I did this, and Elle Fanning was my number one. Elle Fanning's still in my like top three this year. Givenchy again, designed by Sarah Burton, so both years that she's been attending the Oscars. This year she was nominated. She wore this white gown, and it was just like dripping with silver wisteria. And I thought it was really elegant and beautiful. She and Chase Infinity, I feel like they're younger, but they dress so classy and beautiful and old Hollywood glam. And so that's why I think my three are Chase, Elle, and of course Rose.
Can I talk about two more that I loved from
Please
last
do,
night?
please do.
Do it.
Speaking of black dresses, another stunning black dress, Alison Brie. I think this might have been an after party dress, but she was in Yara Shoemaker, and it's like there's like a bra bustier part that's like very lacy, and then a lacy underskirt, and then like the satin cape
Oh,
overskirt, and she just looked like a
I
beautiful
like that.
goth mermaid. I don't know how else to describe it.
That's
I'll have
She
cool.
to look.
looked so beautiful. Yeah. Oh, and then the other one that I love that I forgot to take a picture of because I don't even know if she did the red carpet. Zendaya in her
Oh,
chocolate
yes.
brown,
Very sleek.
so sleek, slow, so just I don't know, the way she moved in it too was just like so beautiful. And I loved her like bob and her
Hmm.
coordinating like chocolatey makeup. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, she looked flawless.
That girl, every time I see her, I'm just like, I don't know, enamored. Like lately, she's been doing some appearances, some red carpet, some fashion show attendances, and like, wow, I'm always just struck by her beauty.
Same.
She's like breathtaking.
Yeah.
She's so cool. I saw someone say the other day that like every Virgo they know has a bob, and that made me really laugh because she has one, I have one.
That's so fun.
Yeah, we're practical.
That's so funny. My mom is a Virgo and she also just got a bob.
Heck yeah, love it.
Too funny. Okay, Chloe Zhao. I loved it. I I liked it. I love funeral-esque garb. I mean, I thought it was a look. And some people noted she's probably mourning the loss of the Buffy reboot that we're never, going to get from Hulu. Hopefully someone else picks it up, but I thought that was funny.
Oh my God. Sorry, I was trying not to laugh over what you were saying just there. I didn't realize what she had worn on the red carpet and I just saw a picture. If
Yeah.
anyone can do it, it's Chloe.
Yeah. I liked
Yeah.
it. I feel like Lana Del Rey would wear that, only like a beige color.
Oh, so true. Yeah.
Mm.
In one interview, I think it was with Amelia, she was talking about like channeling like crow energy, and she was talking about some really metaphysical stuff. I mean, cool. Go for
Yeah. She's so interesting.
it. So let's talk about the ceremony. Conan hosted last year. He hosted this year. I actually thought he did well, and then I've been recently online seeing like people thought it was kind of a roller coaster of a host presentation and host speech, I don't know, speeches. Did you get that, or were you also with me like, oh, I thought he was funny. He was just being Conan.
I mean, I love Conan. I've loved him my whole life. So I thought he did great. And
Yeah.
given like these past 2 years have been really hard years for,
Yeah.
the world, but also Hollywood and for him in particular. So I think in spite of all that, he did such a great job. And I loved the opening.
Hmm.
Anytime the host is inserted into the films, that's like my favorite bit. I just
Yeah.
think it's so funny. And he was and Gladys from Weapons. It was just perfect. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he didn't really do a whole lot. The opening monologue, there were some funny bits and some, I think tougher bits, but love that he called out Timothy Chalamet. I mean, any Timothy Chalamet digs are welcome
Yeah.
after these past couple of weeks.
I thought we were going to get more about that, like from others. I know someone else in the speech said something, which I was like, yes. But like
Mhm.
the opera and ballet community jokes, like I thought he deserved a little more ragging on that because this is bad that he said that. Come on, Timothy. And it was the way he said it too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Totally. I thought he was going to get way more heat and was very disappointed he didn't.
Yeah. Heat, that's the right word. Heat, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He looked so smug too in the audience. I don't know what's going on with him.
And this is a 180 stuff because last year on our Oscars, if you go back and listen to it, we actually were hoping he was going to win for Bob Dylan over Adrian Brody, and what a change.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, look at what you did, Timmy. It was all you, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
rough.
One of my favorite Conan jokes in the beginning was so simple, so stupid. It was just like, I heard they're making an F1 sequel called Caps Lock. I don't know.
So good. I also one of my favorite moments from his monologue was when he took a little shot at Ted Sarandos from Netflix.
Yes, yes.
That was really, really funny.
That was funny. And I have to say, he was able to laugh at himself and like at the joke. So I thought I appreciated that.
Yes.
Oh, and then the Leo King of Memes, we have to mention that one.
Yeah, he did not do a great job there.
No, but it was caught, catching him off guard. I still love, love, love the Leo moment from the Golden Globes when he was just mouthing silently across the way. That to me, I watched that video clip so many times.
And we still don't know who he was talking to because Tiana said
No,
it was her, and then she said, "No, sorry, that wasn't me."
I
So
know.
we'll never know.
We'll never know. Maybe it was Chase. I don't know. And, then we had a Josh Groban musical number. We love Josh, right, Steph?
We love Josh. That's right. He's the best. He's just so funny and so effortless. And yeah, I loved him. And also, that was kind of opera, right?
Yeah. We had that. And then later, let's just talk about the musical numbers while we're at it. We had the Sinners musical number, which we'd all been anticipating seeing Misty Copeland come out of retirement to do her ballet number there. And just all of the magic from the Sinners movie, that dance scene on stage. It was pretty amazing to see. Would you agree, Sunny?
Oh yeah, it was epic. That scene in Sinners will go down as like top 10 movie viewing experiences. I'm so bummed. My sister told me she loved Sinners, has seen it twice, I think, in theaters. They
Oh,
did
wow.
like a rerun of it, and I'm so bummed that I missed it because I feel like to have seen that in theaters would have just been like a mind-blowing experience. And how
Yeah.
cool that they got to see it live and they got to perform it live. Ah, so jealous.
Yeah.
That was like one of my most memorable theater experiences for sure. Like just I had heard about that scene, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, I hadn't seen clips or anything, and just like, oh my God, the experience of it and just like I get goosebumps thinking about it. I do think it's gonna go down in history as just one of the greatest movie scenes ever and just like what it means, what it stands for, everything. It's just oh, it's so beautiful. And it's ambitious to like recreate
Yeah.
that. And I
Yeah.
think they did. I think they did
Yeah.
a really good job of it. It was kind of like when they did the Encanto performance. We don't talk about Bruno, and it was chaotic. This was like it made sense that it was kind of chaotic. It was
Right.
perfect.
Yeah, like the way like all of a sudden like different instruments and different dancers and stuff would just come, into the camera view. It was really cool. They did a good job. And I feel like this song would have won the Oscar any other year, but we did have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, which also an amazing performance. And I just wanted it to go on longer. Like I don't think they did the full song. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of my Korean sisters for bagging that win, but I'm gonna be honest, I thought Sinners deserved it.
Oh, really? Okay. Hot
Yeah,
take here, Sunny.
100%.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Steph?
I mean, I think like children would be rioting in the streets if Golden didn't
Hmm.
win. Like it just had so much momentum. They've performed that song at every single award ceremony. That's never happened before. I feel like not in
Yeah.
a long time, anyways. Golden's not my favorite song from K-pop Demon
Okay. Yeah.
Hunters. I like the "This Is What It Sounds Like" song. That's my
Hmm.
favorite. But yeah, I think it's wonderful that that movie has, maintained its momentum and that the song won. But yeah, Sinners, I just wish Sinners had won everything, to be
Oh.
honest. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But at least it won Best Score. So
Right.
Ludwig, he got another
Oh
win.
my. What a composer. Like to do and then when they were reading off like the two other Oscar wins, Black Panther and then Oppenheimer. It's like, wow, you can just do any genre. Impressive.
He's done some of the most iconic scores in the last few years. I mean, The Mandalorian, I think is so iconic. He
Yeah.
did that one, but yeah, and he and Ryan Coogler are like friends from college, I believe. So it's just so cool. I love him.
Yeah.
My mom loves him too. When he won, she was like texting me, "Yay,
Aw,
Ludwig!" But
so
yeah,
cute.
the best.
And Sunny, back to the golden win and the performance. At the beginning, they did do some more traditional dance. And I think, tying it back to our earlier Bridgerton episodes, there was a hanbok, if I'm saying it correctly, hanbok, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the stage. I don't know if it was the girls that were dancing specifically, but there was like another person. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, there was a vocalist in the very
Vocalist.
beginning. Yeah, she was singing and wore I was just saying to like my family, it's so crazy that people are wearing hanbok on the Oscar stage. Like it's just like such a like mind-blowing thing. But it feels almost normal because of like you said stuff like the momentum of K-pop Demon Hunters, like it's everywhere.
Hmm.
And actually, funnily enough, in middle school, I actually used to do muyong, which is Korean traditional dance. So I actually did I like when I heard the drums and stuff, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, this is really happening.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool.
that is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. I mean, this has been a great year for Korean language, culture, yeah,
I
fashion.
was saying to, oh, totally. And I was saying to Liam, and his dad's Irish. I was like, this year is really, it's the Koreans' year, and it's really the Irish's year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well said. Okay, so let's talk about a few of the awards that were handed out this year. They always start with the Best Supporting Actress. Now, Steph, correct me if I'm wrong. They used to always be like the previous year's Best Supporting Actor giving it to the Best Supporting Actress, and then they like switched it like last year or something, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did that for several years, but yeah, they've switched it up a little bit.
I don't know why, but it bothers me. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
it always starts with Best Supporting Actress, like you said.
Yes, and Amy Madigan won for Weapons. And this was pretty expected, but of course, there were so many stellar performances in this category. We've had different winners for the SAG Awards, or sorry, the Actor Awards, the BAFTAs, but it did seem like there was momentum here for Amy to win. And her sitting next to Ed Harris, her husband, that was so cute.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite actors. I love him.
Yeah. He was actually Ed Harris is from near me in New Jersey, near where I live, and he was born at the hospital, Englewood Hospital, and that's where my husband got his appendix removed. So we like to talk about this randomly, but and and I thought it was funny, or I thought it was cool that they put Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons next to them, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be them like later on in life. They're gonna be like Amy and Ed.
Oh. I actually really did like what Amy Madigan was wearing. I
Oh
thought her
yeah.
like jacket was really cool. I love
Oh
her.
yeah. No, she
I
was
lo
no,
I
she was
love her and
great.
I loved Weapons.
So Weapons got a win, which is pretty crazy for a horror film. Yeah.
Yeah, more horror recognition at the Oscars for sure seems to be happening, and that's awesome.
Hmm. And Frankenstein, a little more gothic horror. I mean, Guillermo del Toro has received Oscar love in the past, of course, but Frankenstein has been one of our favorites. We covered it on the podcast, and I still think it was a snub that he didn't get that director nomination. Of course, it was a stacked category, but I'm so, so happy for the awards that it was nominated for, including costume design, makeup, and hairstyling, and production design. It took home all three. Well deserved, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so great that people appreciate these worlds that he builds, right? And we watched all of the behind the scenes of Frankenstein and we saw like how much time and thought went into like every single piece that you see on the film in the film. Yeah, it's cool to see like these big dramatic movies getting recognized. I feel like some people kind of criticized Frankenstein and criticized his movies, but you can't deny just like how wonderful they are to look at. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they got the recognition for sure.
Yeah, I
Yes.
totally agree. I think he is just so deeply committed to the craft of filmmaking and also like every department within that, the production design and the costume. Like he works so closely with all those departments to create the most visually arresting pieces of art. So, yeah, just very, very well deserved. I'm very glad they took home the awards for those.
Yeah. And we had been raving over Kate Hawley's costume design work. I mean, every time we talked about Frankenstein on the podcast, and she was kind of a shoo-in, but it's just like still it was so great to see her up on that stage. And as you said, Del Toro played such a big part in all of the visual effects and the costume and everything. They all thanked him profusely, if you'll notice. Like it's so sincere, it's so genuine, and I don't know, just to be part of his movie making process must be like a dream come true for people.
Yeah. Also, love what she was wearing. Whoever wins best costume design, they always have like the craziest outfit.
Yeah.
But she was wearing this big, beautiful black cape and a white dress, and I loved it. So go,
Yeah.
Kate Hawley.
Yes. The call out by the makeup designer that Jacob spent 400 hours in the chair is mind-blowing to say the
Oh
least.
my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. When I got to see him do that Q&A, he talked about how during it, so he would do like 11-hour sittings, and to get into character, he would also just like not talk to anybody, right? He was trying to isolate himself. That was part of his process for getting into the character. And so that's why if you see those videos of him, and it's fast forwarded, of course, but he's like on his video, he's doing video games and he's just kind of tuning out everyone. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of Jacob after seeing him talk about the movie.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Best supporting actor. Do we really want to talk about Sean Penn? I don't know.
No,
Okay,
I
let's
thought
go.
it was
That he
really,
didn't show up.
yes. And Kieran was like, or he didn't want to be here. That was so
Yes.
great.
He's great. Yeah, I mean, I think that sure the performance was great and a lot of times villains do win as supporting actors. So I don't know. I still was like holding on to a little bit of hope that Stellan Skarsgård was gonna win.
Oh, I know, me too.
Yeah, for sentimental value, but no, no luck. Yeah, so we have to talk about this tie for documentary short. And I think Kumail being the one to present that was luck because he handled it so perfectly, so funnily. Would you agree, Steph?
Yes, he was like, calm down. This is what I'm gonna do. Like he really did handle that so well. I wonder if he knew ahead of time. I
I
guess not.
don't know. I don't know. Or did they brief everyone who was presenting like there's always a chance there was going to be a tie. So if that
Yeah,
happens, do one, let them go up, and then maybe that. I don't know.
probably. Yeah, but that was cool. It was handled very well.
Yeah, and then his little joke. He had time to think about a joke when he came back. So saying how ironic it was that a short was going to take twice as long to give out the award. That was funny. And six official ties in Academy Awards history, the most popular one being for Best Actress in 1969, Katharine Hepburn and Barbara Streisand for Funny Girl. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. They did a Casablanca spoof in the middle, speaking of kind of classic movies there. I thought that was really funny.
That was brilliant. I just love stupid humor like that. It was so good.
Yeah, because the thing is nowadays with the Netflix and the scrolling while watching movies, you have to just reiterate it and kind of I feel like I'm doing that right now, but yeah, exactly. In memoriam. So, we have our funny moments, then we have our really just humbling, sad, give us the chills moments. And the in memoriam always does that. This one was especially heartbreaking because, in the beginning we had the Rob Reiner tribute and Gone Too Soon, he and his wife, like Billy Crystal did a beautiful job there.
Yeah, it was really tough. I thought it was really cool how they had so many actors from his films come
Yeah.
out on stage and not even say anything, just like their presence, I thought was very cool.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And then they had, of course, the classic ones where they roll the camera on, who we've lost this year. Then in the middle of it, Rachel McAdams came out and she spoke to some really amazing actresses, Claudia Cardinale, the Italian actress, Diane Ladd, Catherine O'Hara, which is just still too soon, Diane Keaton. And it almost made me think like Rachel McAdams is also such a gem, an underrated gem of a human being actress. Like, I don't think she gets enough praise for being so cool. I know it's kind of random, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
she kind of stays out of the spotlight, which is part of what makes her so cool. But yeah, she always seems very genuine and very
Hmm.
lovely.
Yeah. And then at the end, we had Barbara Streisand. And was it hard to hear her over the music that was playing?
It definitely was, yeah.
I don't know. Like, they never turned it down. I don't know. Bridesmaids, we had been hearing about this reunion and they all walked out, all of them except Wendy, but we'll talk about but this cast, this movie, it's iconic. It's like it is one of the best female-driven comedies and then just in general comedies ever. And it was great to see them all lined up together. Did you just love it?
Yeah, I was so excited. I like yelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Bridesmaids more times than I can count. So to see them was like so fun and also very like nostalgic because you don't think of Bridesmaids as like an old film, but I don't know, it kind of occupies this very specific like pre-COVID time of our lives.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really nice to see them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like my favorite ladies, some of my favorite ladies ever. And again, with like just dumb humor, it's just the
Yes.
best. And the bit that they did with the notes from Stellan Skarsgård was so good. Yeah, I loved it. I do wish Wendy had been there because she's one of my favorites. I love her. But
I
did you see
know.
her Instagram post?
Yes. Yes. So, I mean, I love how honest she was too, because people are obviously messaging her, commenting on her posts, like, why weren't you there? They thought there was maybe some, think Sex in the City with like Samantha, like there was a rift, but no, no, no. She was just no, no feud. She had an elective cosmetic procedure that kept her from attending. Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah. So it's a shame, but maybe there will be another reunion in the future or in this world we have a lot of sequels. But I like it when movies just kind of stay where they are and they don't make a sequel at the same time, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, Bridesmaids was nominated for an Oscar for best screenplay, so we can't forget it's an Oscar-nominated film. Also, Melissa McCarthy, she was nominated for best supporting actress. So I feel like that was kind of like groundbreaking at the time too.
Yeah. You're so right. Thank you for calling that out, Steph. I forgot about
I know, I
that.
kind of did too until just
Yeah.
now. But yeah,
Yeah. And then like Rose Byrne being up there nominated this year. Maya Rudolph, her husband, Paul Thomas Anderson, is nominated for all those awards this year and won a handful. Kristen Wiig, I feel like she might have gotten some kind of an nomin I don't know, maybe just Golden
for
Globe
writing for
for
the
writing.
screenplay.
Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
And then Ellie Kemper, I have to say, I think she was sat like two places away from Leo. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I wonder if Ellie Kemper is just like, what the hell am I doing so close to Leonardo DiCaprio? I don't know. That was funny. Definitely a particular brand of humor from those ladies that is just welcome.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I miss them so much. I miss the 90s SNL ladies, 90s, early 2000s. They're just
Mhm.
like, they're my ladies.
Yes. And then we already talked about the cinematography award win for Autumn. I'm just going to say the first name because I didn't practice pronouncing Autumn's full name, but becoming the first woman to win the Oscar for Best Cinematography, just incredible. And, some heavy hitters in there. I know they thought that One Battle After Another would win. I mean, we still love Train Dream cinematography and, have to call out that. But this really was an iconic win, and I loved her outfit.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, you're so right. I forgot to call out her outfit. Yeah, that was a slay. She looked incredible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I also think she was like fangirling over Demi Moore when she went up on the stage, which I would probably be too.
Oh, totally, yeah. And then like they really like held on them going off stage together too, don't you think? Like they were
Yeah.
like talking.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So cute. And then we have our final wins of the night, which are usually the ones that we're all just waiting to hear the results. Sometimes they're up in the air, they're surprises. This year, we didn't really know who was going to win Best Actor because it had changed a lot. Like for a while, I thought that Wagner Moura was going to win for The Secret Agent, which would have been cool, obviously, would have really supported that. But then we had our Timothy Chalamet kind of moments where we thought he was going to win. Of course, he kind of, but I think it was before. So this is what's interesting too, is that I looked it up, that didn't go viral until after the voting closed. So people shouldn't think that our winner, Michael B. Jordan, won because of that. Hopefully people don't think that. It's really based on Michael B. Jordan's performance. And, there was probably a bit of momentum there from his Screen Actors Guild Award win. That I think is true because that was on March 1st and voting closed on March 5th. But I mean, I think I think the right person won. Would you agree, Steph?
Yes, yeah, that's such a good point that he didn't win because of the situation. He won because of his performances, you
Yeah.
could say. Yeah, I think everyone was just so happy for him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
such a class act. He's been incredible for so many years, and um, yeah, I need to watch like some breakdowns of his performance in
Yeah.
Sinners because like the little things that he did. I saw, I think it was Woomy who was saying for one of the twins he has dimples and for the other he doesn't, and it's just him doing that with his face.
Oh,
Like
wow.
so he was doing so much work that we aren't even seeing because it
Hmm.
was so good. So yeah, he's just incredible and I love him, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, Steph, I think I heard that same interview. And didn't he like wear like shoes that were a little too big for him
Hmm.
as one of the twins, so it like affected his gait and stuff?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just all these little delicious things I want to know.
Yeah.
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 So cool.
I agree that like knowing he was great, but I want to go back and watch more of the details. And obviously, I love how because we talk about on this podcast all the costume and color themes. So one of them more of the dark red, and one more the wore the dark blue more. But even the things that are really subtle or behind the scenes that Michael B. Jordan did, I've heard he would like argue with himself in his head a lot to get ready for. I mean, it's just really cool. I didn't look it up. I don't know if this has happened before where someone's won for portraying two different people, but I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, it's maybe that's like the new biopic
Ooh.
nomination win for playing twins.
Too
But
fun.
yeah, yeah, he's just so cool. Also,
And
I loved watching Ryan Coogler, like the way he supports everyone, like everyone, not just in Sinners. He's like the biggest fan of everyone in the room. So it's just, that was cool to see too.
yeah, I think he went and hugged Chloe Zhao at one point. I heard,
Hmm.
yeah. No, Ryan Coogler seems very, very cool. And then also Michael B. Jordan's mom has been with him this whole time at the awards circuit, and she looks
So
adorable.
sweet. Yeah.
The clip when who was the Golden Globes host?
Nikki
Nikki
Glazer.
Glazer. Oh yeah, Nikki Glazer made that joke though about
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wait, I don't know about this. Tell me.
I don't remember the setup for it. I don't,
Well,
yeah.
something about him, two of him on screen instead of Michael B. Jordan, she said
She said
Nick.
Nikki B. Jerkin.
And
It was hilarious.
it was funny, but you see his mother in the background did not look amused by this joke. Oh, it is.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I feel like my mom would have also been offended on my behalf.
Yeah, fair. And then Best Actress. This was also you could see it from miles away. Jessie Buckley was going to take home Best Actress. I mean, there's always a chance. You never know. But it was pretty much a for sure thing. She swept the awards circuit, except for Rose Byrne, because in Golden Globes, there's one for the drama, Best Actress and Comedy, and Rose won for comedy. But Jessie Buckley, I mean, we raved about her when we did our Hamnet podcast episode. Just wow. What a performance. And yeah, we love her. I don't know what else to say.
I love when she accepted her award and she just started like laughing. That was such a great moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that too. That's funny. That's just her, like in a nutshell. I feel like she's just always laughing, and
Hmm.
that just shows how great of an actress she is because she was not laughing in this movie for a lot of it. So yeah, she's wonderful. And she gives like the craziest speeches. Like,
Yeah.
where does she come up with this? Her vocabulary is like very different from mine.
Oh my gosh. She does do crazy speeches. So there was the one where she talked about the stew. It was all dedicated to the guy who made the stew on set. And then at the Screen Actors Guild, she pretty much just talked about Emily Watson, which was also really cool for her to
Yeah.
do because I don't think Emily Watson's gotten enough credit for that role. And then this one, she talked a bit about motherhood more, which was really, really sweet and genuine. And yeah, we love her. Someone said it's a great year in cinema if you're called Agnes, because apparently, or Agnes, I didn't really realize this, but someone called out that, of course, Jessie Buckley, Sorry Baby, that movie, the main character is Agnes. And then in Sentimental Value, the sister
Oh my
is,
gosh, you're right.
I thought that was really interesting.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I did.
That's funny.
Sure. Sorry Baby was supposed to go far. Like everyone
Mm,
thought that it was going to be a shoe-in for all of these
hmm.
awards. So that's kind of sad, but
Yeah, it got some love at the Golden Globes, I think, was it? One of them was nice to see. Like, I think
yeah,
Julia Roberts stood up and was like raving about
that's
it
right.
and like to come out of Julia Roberts' mouth like that she loved your movie, like I would be like freaking out.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But yeah, it didn't get any Oscar nominations, no. But we did have our two main contenders. So we have Sinners, One Battle After Another. They were both expected to win tons of awards, and they did. And we didn't really know where it was going to go with casting, the new category, Best Picture and Best Director. So casting, we really thought it was going to go to Sinners. That was like what everyone had on their ballots. That was the odds were in their favor, but it went to One Battle After Another. So that was big. And then Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm trying to see if I got his name, the order correctly. Two first names there.
PTA.
PTA. And then for Best Picture, there was a chance it was going to go to Sinners. And I know, Steph, you were a little on that team, but it did go to One Battle After Another. And the whole crew went up there, all the cast. We got a headlock moment from Tatiana. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
That was funny.
She's wild.
She is. She also grabbed that Oscar like it was hers. I love it.
Yeah, can't blame her.
Uh-uh.
So One Battle After Another, I liked it. I watched it the night before. I mean, I love Sinners too. I feel like One Battle After Another had Oscar written all over it. You know what I mean? Like it's your typical critics' choice uh and pleaser win. It takes you on this wild journey. So I'm thinking Parasite. I'm thinking, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's very, and even Anora last year. So it made sense that it would take home the awards. Also, Paul Thomas Anderson has like, wow, what a history. I mean, 14 nominations before this or including this. I can't even remember, but this was his first night to win. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy that he hasn't won before. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite movie, but I understand why it was so good and it was relevant and all of that. I appreciate that for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, the winner is hardly ever your favorite movie, right? The Shape of
Yeah.
Water was kind of a different situation and but yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I ever fully agree with it, but who cares, you know? Like that's part of it, you know?
Yeah, I genuinely, like, so genuinely, I would have been happy if either Sinners or One Battle After Another would have won. I loved both so much. I feel like One Battle After Another, seeing it in theaters was like a crazy experience. Um, just because, some of the scenes, especially in the beginning of the film, felt like they were taken straight out of the news. And I'd never felt an audience be so uncomfortable before. We were all like,
Mm.
oh my God. I don't know. It was just like electric and like just felt so important, and then of course it
Mm.
goes into like bonkers territory, you know. But I just thought, yeah, it was like I really loved it. I thought it was like really well paced. It was high energy. I also realized I think I like movies with a lot of dialogue that are just like
Mm.
really snappy and that like are very back and forth. And I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson, I haven't loved all of his films, but this one felt like him at his best. And yeah, all the performances, Leo, so funny and weird
Yeah.
and incredible, genuinely.
Yeah.
Just really loved him in this.
Some.
And Chase Infinity, like, wow, what a revelation. I don't know. I was like astounded by her and like the scenes at the end with like the car chase. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was like locked in. And I kind of like staggered out of the movie theater afterwards. I was like, "Holy crap, what did I just watch?"
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so no, I'm very happy. I'm happy when I'm very happy for all of them. And I'm very happy and relieved that Sinners also got their flowers and like their due recognition, because even though they didn't win, I think it was like beyond a doubt how much this movie was like admired by everyone in the Academy, fellow
Mm-hmm.
artists and actors and fans. So, yeah, I thought it was, it made sense. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's a good point too, that Sinners did get a lot of recognition this year. Surprising too that it came out almost a year ago, I think someone mentioned. Usually you have your fall Oscar movie lineup, and that's what gets over to award season, but this was a long time ago. Same with weapons, really. Summer, spring, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
it's impressive.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I love yeah, Sunny, I love your breakdown of One Battle After Another. I'm like appreciating it even more, like you talking about it. And yeah, just Chase Infinity. She was like my favorite part about it for sure. Like by the end of it, I was just such a fan of hers. I think, honestly, I think the reason why I don't love it is because of Sean Penn's performance. He was so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to watch someone
Yeah,
that vile.
Yeah.
Which
totally.
good job, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to watch reality on the
Yeah.
big screen. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's important, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and also I just wanted to give a special shout out to Train Dreams. So glad that it was recognized. I'm kind of the opposite, Sunny. I don't like a lot of dialogue. Like, give me
Mm.
no dialogue, and I'm happy. So I love like Train Dreams and quiet movies like that, and so happy to see these Texas filmmakers getting recognized again. And um, yeah, I loved that movie so much.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been great to see Joel Edgerton get a nomination or
Mm.
William H. Macy,
Mm.
but I think they did get some love, and the applause sometimes for Train
Yes.
Dreams during the ceremony was really nice.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think that's why I thought of it because I was like thinking of the ceremony and the little highlights that they did for the Best Picture nominees. I really enjoyed those. But you're right, Train Dreams got some really good
Hmm.
applause. So it's just really exciting to see that
Yeah.
movies like that are getting recognized along with these huge, huge movies.
Yeah. And there will be more Oscar nights in our future, more recognition for some of these directors. I feel like Ryan Coogler, can't wait to see what he comes up with next. Yep.
Yeah.
And Clint Bentley as well. Um, Female directors, we need more of them and we need them to get more recognized. So can't wait to see what Chloe comes up with. And, I'm still holding on to hope that Sophia will be up there again one day. Oh man.
She will.
Yeah. So I think it was a beautiful night for women to be recognized overall. And that's one of the takeaways, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, they don't give other people any time to talk, but the actors get to talk for so long. I hate that. That's got to change.
That was so, that's cringe. That's like infuriating. That's awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was truly bad. Like for K-pop Demon Hunters, they cut them
Uh,
off like crazy, and like
yeah.
you can't be doing that. Like, what are y'all
Yeah,
doing? And the
that was hard to
documentary,
watch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
like
documentary people, and that was like a very great moment of the night because, putting everything aside, they were like, they have the real messages here to deliver.
yes, yeah, and yet we can listen to an actor drone on forever and ever. It's just like, come on, we got to change our
Mm,
priorities here.
we do.
Have to agree.
Yeah.
Were
Yeah.
there any movies that weren't nominated that you guys saw last year that you would have loved to see get recognized?
Ooh. Well, I love how the Ugly Stepsister did get the makeup and hairstyling nomination, so they
Mm,
were somewhat recognized, but that was a really rare one. Because I also see period dramas more. I see period films more. That's what I watch. When it comes to contemporary modern films, which tends to dominate the awards, except for like sometimes your costume categories and hairstyling and makeup. Um, I don't know if I watch too many other than what was here, and then just like my period dramas. You know what I mean? What about you, Steph?
Oh, that's such a good question. Gosh, on a Monday night, I'm just having a hard time thinking. I'm sure there were some.
Got to go back to your letterboxed.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh my God, let me pull it up real fast. I won't take
Yeah, no, go for it.
time.
What about you,
I don't,
Sunny, in the meantime?
yeah.
Um, my favorite film of 2025 was Testament of Anne Lee, and I am gobsmacked that it did not receive any Oscar nominations. And I don't know the technicalities of like how this works. Like, I don't know if you have to like submit it and then there's like money involved. Like, I should have done some research before talking about this, but I loved Testament of Anne Lee. I thought it was groundbreaking in so many ways, and it was also a period film, and the production
Yeah.
design, the costumes, the music, the choreography. I don't know. I just thought it was like top notch. And just like I saw it twice in theaters, shook me to my core twice.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. And I wish it was getting talked about
Aw,
more. Yeah.
that's so strange. Yeah, because I know that the director is the wife of the Brutalist director, so you'd think that she would have been kind of in that circle when it comes to
Right.
campaigning and stuff too. Yeah.
That's what we all assumed, but yeah, I don't know. Liam thinks they might have run out of like campaign money. And it just you
Okay.
couldn't stretch it to the Oscars or something. I don't
Oh,
know. But
Maybe so.
yeah.
I think it just became available. I'm not sure which network, but or
Okay.
which streaming service, but yeah. I don't know. It was one of those that like I feel like to be fully experienced had to be seen in a theater because the sound is such a big part of it.
Mm,
But
Yeah,
recommend watching it either way. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you
definitely.
guys find any on your letterbox that you remembered?
No, not really, to
I
be
think
honest.
so I did a lot of rewatches last year. So I went and saw all the old nostalgic stuff in theaters from Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice to Kill Bill. So Black Swan. So that was kind of my thing last year. But Downton Abbey, the grand finale. There was a chance they were going to get a costume design nomination for Anna Mary Scott Robbins or Anna Robbins. And I was really hoping that would be the case. They did get award recognition for the Costume Designers Guild Awards. So at least they did get some notoriety there for their stunning work in cinema to bring a TV show to, the big screen. There's a lot of pressure there, and I think they really delivered with especially Lady Mary's red gown. And so I just wanted to see that, but oh well.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
good call.
speaking of Downton Abbey, I still have those posters, Carly. Can I give them to you? It's the last movie and then the movie before.
Yeah,
Um,
the
okay,
new
but if you
era.
want them, I'll bring them the next time we hang out, whenever that is.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
To go with our Outlander posters.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. I kind of liked our last part of the conversation too, where we were just kind of musing over movies. But thank you, thank you for humoring me through all of it. Oh my gosh, hold on, hold the phone. Moulin Rouge reunion,
Oh,
Moulin
yeah.
Rouge. reunion. Whoa.
Big moment for
Sorry.
us.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we almost forgot to talk about that.
OMG. So, 25th anniversary this year for Moulin Rouge from 2001, starring Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor. They made an appearance together on the stage to present the final award of the night, Best Picture. And they sang together, and all of us early 2000s movie lovers were just crying. Tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Yes. Ugh, that was such a good moment. And they sounded great, actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I remember when you and I were recording our Moulin Rouge episode, I remember the first thing you said was like, apparently a lot of people think of this movie as cringe.
I know, which makes
But
me sad.
yeah, but clearly, like, people love it and people were very excited by that. And I remember when they were on the Oscars and they sang, right? And
Yes.
Moulin Rouge was nominated for Best Picture, and it was a big deal because it was a
Mm-hmm.
musical. So, yeah, it was just cool to see them call back to that 25 years later and make us all feel old.
Oh my gosh. But they looked so sweet and like they were having a good time with their little, their little skit together. And when Ewan McGregor started singing, I was like, oh my gosh, he's singing. Oh my gosh. I was freaking out. Like, this is my number one favorite movie. So I was, oh my gosh, beside myself. And then my sister, Kayla, she just texts me, I bet you love that, huh? Yes, Kayla, I did. I did. Oh my gosh.
That's too funny.
Um, the ones that get it, get it.
Yeah, well said.
Yep.
All right, there you have it, folks. We have covered the Oscars, the 98th Academy Awards ceremony. We talked about the fashion on the red carpet and the Vanity Fair party afterwards. Thank you, Stephanie and Sunny. You've been with me on so many podcast episodes in Swoon Worthy season 6. This one was a little bit different, and it's kind of fun sometimes to just look at movies overall and get to hear your opinions on the latest movies. So thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
I love chatting with you guys.
Aw. Yes. And we will be back with, to cover a few more period dramas in Swoonworthy season 6. And I want to invite you all, if you enjoy our podcast, to share the link with a friend or family member who you think would like to chat period dramas with us. We're on Instagram, of course, at Swoonworthy Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, and YouTube. We have a YouTube channel as well as a Patreon. So please join us there. Let us know what you think about this episode. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. And we will potentially be back next year to talk about the Oscars. You never know. Thanks, everyone. Catch you next time. Bye.